Did you know that for over 40 years, black actors weren't even allowed to play serious roles in Hollywood? Instead, they were cast as servants, slaves, or clowns, often reinforcing painful stereotypes. But despite the odds, they refused to stay in the shadows. Their fight wasn't just about acting. It was about dignity, respect, and equality. Today, we're diving deep into the hard path to success for black actors in Hollywood. Stories of struggle, resilience, and triumph that you need to hear. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see why their fight was so crucial for the industry we know today. Let's rewind to the early days of Hollywood. For black actors in the 1920s and 30s, the only roles available were painfully limited servants, slaves, or comic relief. And those roles came with heavy stereotypes designed to ridicule or diminish them. Think about it. Actors like Hattie McDaniel, the first black actor to win an Oscar for Gone with the Wind, had to smile through roles that didn't reflect the depth of her talent. But even her historic win in 1940 came with limitations. Hattie wasn't even allowed to sit at the same table as her white peers during the ceremony. Imagine working so hard to break barriers, only to be reminded that the system still saw you as less. But that didn't stop black actors from dreaming bigger. Throughout the mid-1900s, black actors like Sidney Poitier began to push back. Poitier famously refused to take roles that demeaned his people, instead choosing projects that highlighted dignity, strength, and intelligence. It wasn't easy. He often faced rejection from directors and studios who weren't ready to see a black man as a lead. But when he did land those roles, he shattered expectations. In 1964, Poitier became the first black actor to win the Best Actor Oscar for Lilies of the Field, a moment that echoed around the world. Even as the industry evolved, black actors still faced systemic obstacles. For every Denzel Washington or Halle Berry, there were countless talented actors who couldn't break through because of the lack of opportunities. And let's not forget, even when black-led films became box office hits, there was always tension. In 2002, Halle Berry became the first, and still the only black woman to win the Best Actress Oscar. Let that sink in. One win in over 90 years of Academy Awards. And her words that night said it all. This moment is so much bigger than me. She knew the weight of that moment, not just for her, but for every black actress still fighting for a chance. But today, we're seeing a shift. Actors like Viola Davis and the late Chadwick Boseman didn't just break barriers, they shattered them. Viola Davis became the most nominated black actress in Oscar history, and Chadwick's portrayal of T'Challa in Black Panther inspired millions, showing a global audience the power of representation. And it's not just about awards, it's about how these stories make people feel. Movies like Black Panther and Get Out prove that diverse stories don't just perform well, they're necessary. Their success is more than just Hollywood history. It's a victory for representation, for inclusion, and for future generations of artists dreaming big. But the fight for equity is far from over. It's up to us, fans, creators, and viewers, to celebrate these stories, support these artists, and demand a world where talent truly has no boundaries.